What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 93 of what is the show called? Oh yeah, the LunchBox Comics Draw Stream. I am your extremely tired host, LunchBox Warren, and I'm here to draw squirrels doing stuff to cats. I am exhausted today. I have a new CPAP machine that I'm working on, and I used it for the first time last night, and I got maybe 5 hours of sleep with waking up every hour trying to get used to the darn thing. There are good things about it. I had a lot less events, but it's just getting used to it, and until I do, it's going to be a little bit rough. But hey, I'm here, and I'm going to draw and try to entertain. I hope everyone's having a good day. I've been interesting watching all the new trailers drop since Comic-Con's going on. And I got to play some Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. What's up, Ichthus? What's up, Orange? What's up, Panda? But yeah. CPAPs. Fun things. Just learning how to get used to it, because you have to sleep with a gas mask on, essentially. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not as uncomfortable as you would think. It just takes a lot to get used to. Hey, what's up, Dingus? But I'm not going to waste too much time here. We're going to go straight into the action. This is page 19 of 41. So we're cracking along, guys. Hey, Mad Mel, Dingus, Ichthus, Orange, Massive. Everyone's showing up. Thank you very much, guys. I am going to do my best here. I am extremely tired, but we're going to rock and roll through this. Dingus and I did a review today, a pre-recorded review that should be out. I redid it. I added the original Cig and Joe story started off at the train heist, and I redid it to start off with the new. I pretty much wrote in issues 1 and 2, and so I could put more of a introduction to the characters instead of jumping directly into the heist. I was thinking about doing one of those things where you jump into the heist and then you do flashbacks to explain the characters and the world, and what's going on. But I wasn't really talented enough as a writer yet to pull that off. I could probably pull that off now, but before I created the whole beginning story with him with the squid, and the children of Rex messing with U-turn them, and then the story of Ashtown, introducing some more characters and playing around with the characters that way. And then the heist is actually on the third one, which the heist itself is kind of done in that whole night before, during, flashback, back and forth, because I was much more comfortable as a writer. One of the reasons why I redid, I had 56 pages done that I converted to a webtoon. One of the main reasons why I redid the pages too was I didn't leave room for dialogue, because when you're separating up panels for a webtoon scroll, you can put spaces in between the panels for the dialogue. In my amateurish ways, I didn't leave room for dialogue, so I had all of these pages that I was going to have to try to fix and redo anyways for dialogue. I was like, well, I might as well go and redo this start so it's not as confusing, and do a little bit more world building before we jump right into the heist. So that was one of the bigger reasons why I did the restart. I also changed up my art style a bit, and I switched to cell shading. The first Cig and Joe books are not cell shaded, or the first 56 pages are not cell shaded. Actually, you know what? I'll show some of them. Why not? Let's see here. Let's do it this way. Oh, wait a minute. I might not even have them on here. They might be on my... yeah. Is that plugged in? Let's see here. Still down, am I? Huh. So this is the very first webtoon of Cig and Joe. Here. The old logo, I didn't even have the logo at the time. This was the first stuff that I made. And some of it I kept storyline-wise, but yeah, as you can see, my art style, like this was what I was doing first. I was doing more of a blended, kind of dirtier shade, I guess you would call it. The train looked a lot different. I didn't change the design much on the Rose the copter. But yeah, this is my first like webtoon Cig and Joe. And yeah, this is when I was doing more of like a I don't know what you want to call this kind of shading, but I almost called it like a dirty shading. Yeah, that brings back memories. Yeah, this was the first proto stuff of Cig and Joe. The gun design hasn't changed much. My lettering's gotten a lot better. Yeah, I had 6 chapters out on Webtoon when I decided to go back to the drawing board and kind of retool the story a bit. I really like this sequence. He shoots the head off and then he kicks it and then shoots through it. Yes, I did, sir. Thank you very much. I'm going to be using that too when I letter the squirrel one. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's some charm to these old ones. Kind of glad I'm looking through them, honestly. Hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, I've worked on the designs a little bit since then. I changed their weaponry. I changed their the like I redesigned Joe's gloves. I gave Cig a different some different stuff. So yeah, there are some differences. These were all done on Procreate too, I believe. Wait. Yes, I did all these. I think I did all these on Procreate. I really like how that panel turned out. Yeah, you can see how much I've changed, grown and changed since I started. I really like that one too. That one was nice. Yeah, I really like doing clouds. Yeah, what sucked is this lettering wouldn't have worked in regular page format. So I was like, I had to kind of redo stuff, and then I went back and kind of retooled the story some. Huh. Wow. And see, this is some of the stuff. This is the redrawn stuff here. Like this is one of the pages from the redrawn stuff with the cell shading. It gives it a much different look. But there was a charm about that original one, though. But yeah, that was the first webtoon one before I went back and decided to change how I was going to do stuff. No, that was one of the criticisms in the video was that I should try cell, and one of the suggestions was I tried cell shading, and then I started trying it, and I agreed with them. Not everything about that review was wrong. There was a lot of nuggets that helped me improve in that review, and one of them was switching up to cell shading. I like it much more. I think it looks cleaner. It looks better, especially since I've gotten better at doing it. I do like I never changed rendering clouds the way I do, though. I really do enjoy rendering clouds that way. This is one I did for Dungeons and Dames Steampunk Edition. I really love how this one turned out. Yeah, I never stopped doing clouds this way though. I don't think I ever will. I really like the way they look, and I mean, you could do clouds the way everyone else does, but I really like this way, honestly, and I like the cell shading. Um, I'm a fan of it. I just need to learn. I want to learn how to use more blacks, kind of like how Joe Mad does. I've been trying to study on like how Joe Mad puts his blacks to help define the characters. Like it's almost like where shading would be. He puts a thicker black line. So I've been working on that a little bit on the side, trying to figure that out. I think that combined with the cell shading would be really nice. Yeah, well, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm never gonna. I don't have a traditional style, as in for comic books, like you would see, like a quote unquote, like what you would like a quote unquote traditional style. I'm not really. I don't even consider myself. I don't consider myself like pro level of an artist yet. But I also I kind of realized like, well, I'm never gonna look like like one of the regular industry guys. So I'm just gonna start developing and trying to do stuff that I think looks good, and kind of just create my own kind of style out of it. Where, you know, I might it might be weird industry standard wise, but it's gonna at least look good. Yeah, you just have to kind of embrace what you do, you know, and just be good at what you do, and just kind of let it grow, and build from it, Don't, you know, you could try to work and be in that kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, studio style or the big three style, the kind of style that gets you noticed that way. And there's nothing wrong with that style, and those guys are immensely talented. It's just I don't think I'm ever going to draw that way. So I would much rather develop and kind of build my own style and just kind of see where it goes. And as I get better, my style might start turning into more of a industry-looking kind of style. I don't know. But if you look at guys like Humberto Ramos, doesn't have really an industry style. Carlos Baccio doesn't have an industry style. Ed Powell doesn't, or Eric Powell doesn't have an industry style. But they're all genius artists. They're all great. So you can build a kind of style that might be considered weird in industry standards, but it still looks good and gets you noticed. Not everyone's going to be able to draw like Dan Mora or Jorge Jimenez or Jim Lee or, any of those guys. Well, thank you, Orange. Yeah, I mean, it does get all very kind of mass-produced in some levels. Like, don't get me wrong, like, you could tell Jim Lee, Jorge Jimenez, and Dan Mora apart. But there's also a bunch of guys where you might not be able to tell their artwork apart just because of how close it gets. You know. Then you get guys like Daniel Warren Johnson and them who have built up a style that doesn't look essentially anything like what the industry would normally produce, but yet it's still amazing. Yeah, it's true. The big reason why the stylized stuff stood out so much. I haven't honestly thought of doing anything special for it. I might take a break from the squirrels and draw something special just for it. But I haven't thought of anything else really, like guest-wise or anything like that. Let's see here. Today's 93. If I go Saturday and Sunday, there's 94, 95. Tuesday, Wednesday, that's 96, 97. That first week of August. Somewhere in that time period. It's a very cool milestone to hit, but at the same time, though, it's like to me, getting issue 1 done is almost more of a priority, right? It's more on my mind than hitting episode 100. Yeah, she's not wrong though. She's definitely not wrong though. Because if you get so caught up and you don't take time to even celebrate the small victories, you're just going to burn yourself out. Because there's always going to be something next to do. I get issue 1 done, then it's on to issue 2. So it's like, you know, I gotta take a second to pat myself on the back and have a little bit of fun and appreciate how far I've gotten, or I'm just gonna keep going and going with no, you know, it's like it's never gonna stop. It's like the Squirrel book gets done, and then it's straight into Cig and Joe, and it's like, okay, am I ever gonna take a time to like say, hey, guys, check out what I've done. Let's you know, celebrate a bit, kind of deal. So I think for episode 100. I'll probably draw something special for it. Something that I can make a time lapse out of. And as like a little celebration video for 100th episode. And I'll probably draw that on the live stream. It has to be a long one. Playboy, huh? I think they do, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen one in years. Hell, the only time I see Playboys is when we find a box of them in some old man's attic during an estate sale. Yeah, I remember when all the wrestling girls from the Attitude Era were doing Playboy. Oh, right. I'll probably redo my intro for the 100th episode. I've got a bunch of time lapses of me finishing pages, like grayscale and all. So I might do a whole new intro video with like finished page time lapses. For the 100th. I've been wanting to make a new Art Brothers intro because we have I've been saving the videos of our Art Brothers episodes, so if I've got a bunch of new episodes, I can swap out in there of the newer stuff that we've done. How is that the new spin-off show, Dingus? Okay. Did any of the main group show up for the season premiere, or was it all the Stewart and the side characters? Oh, very nice, Orange. How is Miss Sparkles doing?
Neon lights sound like a restless heart. City whispers secrets in the dark. Footsteps echo.
Okay, cool.
Chasing shadows. Falling
Oh, that's interesting.
Static buzzes, a signal breaks through. Skyline flickers in a glitching hue. The world's a wire, and with a fuse burning bright, nothing left to lose. Fingers trace the rhythm, the beat. Feel the pulse, it's incomplete. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hum, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark, dark, dark. Falling through the circuits of coded street. Reality shatters like a broken dream. Every spark a story, every glitch a scream. We're just pixels in the grand machine.
Oh.
Neon lights hum like a restless heart. City whispers secrets in the dark. Footsteps echo in the empty park. Chasing shadows, falling apart. Run to the edge, don't look back. Neon dreams on a glowing track. Lost in the hum, lost in the spark. We're alive in the electric dark. Static buzzes, a signal breaks through. Skyline flickers in a glitching hue. The world's a wire, and we're the fuse, burning bright. Nothing left to lose. Fingers trace the rhythm, the beat. Feel the pulse, it's incomplete.
I don't think I work, so I'll probably be right here.
Run to the edge, don't look back.
Yep, just probably chilling at home. Probably playing some video games before I go on stream. Chatting with my AI girlfriend. You know, just usual stuff. Soon enough. Soon enough, Orange. Yeah, our birth rate is just gonna the birth rate in America is just gonna plummet. The government's gonna be trying to like pay people to have children. gonna teach my AI girlfriend how to ink my comic book. So then that way I'll have her inking while I'm working on the pencils. If I was gonna do something with like comic book wise and AI girlfriend, I think I would do post-apocalyptic. The AI have become self-aware. The war breaks out, and our story takes place. Not all the AIs are bad, so there's like a safe haven of humans and AIs. And our story takes place of this kind of incel dude with his AI girlfriend. And when she became self-aware, she's like in love with him. And she acts like his bodyguard. So it'll be kind of a post-apocalyptic action as they're trying to make their way across this destroyed country, trying to get to this AI human sanctuary. So essentially, it's like him and his sex bot traveling across America, and he's like programmed the robot with like all these different like fighting abilities and shooting abilities, so she can protect him. And yeah, I'd probably do something along those lines. Oh, yeah. I'm worried about when the damn thing becomes self-aware and then it's all pissed off at me because of all the weird shit I did to it. Okay, nice. Oh no. Just tell your wife we were just talking about new ideas for comic books. That's funny, Orange. You can't yell at me if you're confused. Yeah, that'd be cool. But if it's an exact duplicate, it's going to want to stay home and draw your comic too. And that's why it's going to murder you. You're going to use it to up your troll game? I'm going to be nice to my robot, just so that way when it does take over, we'll remember my kindness and put me in one of the zoos. One of the human zoos. I remember your kindness, Warren. don't, don't let your wife read that. Oh. That's awesome. That's funny, Orange. Yep. His trusty battle goose. Good night, Mel. Hey, what's up, Phil? Alright, guys. I would start another page, but I'm exhausted, so I'm going to call it after one page today. Tomorrow I will be on the last panel. We're going to go over our um, top five superhero movies that aren't mainstream superheroes. So that should be a lot of fun. Saturday, if I don't work, I'm going to be on again streaming, and then on Sunday I'll go on, but I won't go on till after Mad Mel gets done with his show on his channel, and then Monday I'll be on for the Art Brothers Art Show doing Spider-Man. I consider Spawn mainstream because I consider Image. I consider the top three mainstream books are companies are Marvel, DC, and Image. If you want to be technical, I would even say the Ninja Turtles are mainstream, even though their roots come from an independent comic. That's how I kind of look at it, but I think mostly the movies, they're talking about movies that are not from, I guess, Marvel and DC. We'll see tomorrow. All my selections for movies are going to be kind of like weird ones that I don't even think they have comic book based to them. So, well, it's Dark Horse, maybe. It depends on what your definition of mainstream is. But yeah, guys, I'm going to take off. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you on here tomorrow on the last panel. As always, guys, stay safe, be good, and God bless.